Now, I want it on record that I'm not consciously trying to say that any of the shows I'm mentioning in this video are trash. However, if you feel that I'm doing so based on my tone and delivery when said show is mentioned, readers, if you've done some digging in the content drawer that is this channel, then you know that Power Rangers is pretty much one of my favorite fandoms next to DC Comics and Ghostbusters. And as much as I enjoy the Zordon saga that consists of Mighty Morphin to Power Rangers in space, I'm a huge fan of the anthology feel that the series decided to go in once Power Rangers Lost Galaxy was introduced in the late 90s in order to better match the synergy of Super Sentai and how it handled seasons. That also meant that we got brand new theme songs for each team that weren't banking on the nostalgia of the familiarity of Mighty Morphin and Zeo, in order for each of the teams and seasons to feel unique and stand alone. You know, despite them each having a team-up episode with the previous teams that came the season before, but you know, potato potato. Now, the most creative these themes got were during the last few years Saban had the rights before they were sold to Disney, and the entire Disney era in general, and ended when Saban got them back with Samurai, and they decided, let's just constantly remake Go-Go Power Rangers in order to keep the brand consistent. And that had to be, in my opinion, one of the most boring-ass decisions Saban 2.0 decided to do with the property. And to make matters worse, when Hasbro bought the rights to Power Rangers from Saban with Beast Morphers, they continued to do the same exact thing. Like, damn, I understand that not every theme from the Disney era of Power Rangers was a banger, but at least the themes were as unique as the teams. That's one of the main things I really appreciated about the late Saban/Disney era of Power Rangers in the first place. So that's why I want to go over and break down the theme songs from the post-Zordon era of Power Rangers up until Saban regained the rights from Disney. I want to show you what, at least for me, worked, didn't work, and what made them unique enough to stand out on their own. Starting with Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. The Lost Galaxy theme was made for people who like Jimmy Eat World but were too afraid to give Green Day their flowers before they released American Idiot. No, seriously, take a listen to the Lost Galaxy theme song again. Take into consideration the energy behind the music and the lyrics, and you can tell that this intro is pretty much the gateway drug to Blink-182. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's just one of those sounds that's dated so well that you can tell within the first 5 seconds that this was acceptable back in the late 90s. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Lightspeed Rescue's theme makes me want to be proud to be an American, and I don't consent to that. Like, real talk, it don't even slap like that. All it really has to its advantage to make it sound epic are the pauses between Lightspeed and the bells/gongs in the background, and honestly, that's not enough. However, I can't say the same thing about Power Rangers Time Force. Time Force's theme did everything Lightspeed Rescue wanted to do, but was too busy trying to get funding from the US military in order to do it properly. Like, yes, if you listen to Lightspeed Rescue's theme and then Time Force's theme back to back, there are definitely similarities. But the difference between the two is that Time Force goes off. The gongs are more prominent, the guitar solo sounds better. You're genuinely pumped from beginning to end, as opposed to Lightspeed Rescue, where it feels like you need to stand to support the national anthem. Lightspeed Rescue's theme is a PB&J sandwich made with Wonder Bread, while Time Force is also a PB&J, but made with slices of King's Hawaiian bread with a side of kettle chips and a Coke. I'm gonna choose that one every time if I have to. Power Rangers Wild Force. Wild Force's theme, I'm absolutely sure, was a lot of black millennials' introduction to fun, upbeat alternative rock. Like, it makes you want to do flips and shit whenever you listen to it, knowing good and damn well that you've never done one a day in your life. It's not as good as the theme song to its Super Sentai equivalent, however, because that song goes off. Do yourself a favor and look up the theme song to Gao Ranger, G-A-O Ranger, after you finish this video and witness the fucking glory. But comparing this song to the other American themes, it's up there with the good ones. Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Ninja Storm's theme is amazing. That shit is a constant beacon of light in the darkness that is life. That shit is concentrated hope in MP3 format. You listen to the theme song of Ninja Storm once and you'll be like, well damn, maybe it is possible for me to afford a one-bedroom apartment in one of the major cities on the West Coast with no roommates. Like, this shit is dangerously optimistic and is not good for setting realistic expectations for everyday life at all. And then there's Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Bitch. Dino Thunder's theme is a fucking banger. The lyrics, the use of guitar throughout the whole ass song, and the way the chorus was put together was fucking genius. Like, imagine if Shaka Khan did a rock version of Ain't Nobody. That's pretty much the same energy that Dino Thunder gives off. Speaking of which, hey Shaka Khan, can I get a rock cover of Ain't Nobody, please? Specifically from you. That would mean so much to me. Power Rangers SPD. SPD's theme is pretty special. It's from the same band that first performed the iconic Mighty Morphin theme, but you can immediately tell that they weren't trying to bank on nostalgia. And because they actively decided that, we now have access to a Power Rangers rock ballad that also wants to be James Bond. Not mad at it at all. I give them kudos for wanting to try something different and, to be fair, just as enjoyable. Power Rangers Mystic Force. I'm not gonna lie, Mystic Force's theme is my shit. It's just so different from all the other Power Rangers themes, and I love that about it. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for a Power Rangers rock intro. But Mystic Force was the first time that I heard a Power Rangers intro and realized that anything rock can do, pop can do just as well. And then Operation Overdrive happened and it just ruined it. Everything about it was so elementary. The beat and music composition, those preschool-ass rap lyrics. It sounds like it was originally intended to be a fun Halloween rap song for a Disney Junior show, and specifically Disney Junior. Even the shit on Nick Jr. is more mature than that. Like, I've never heard a Power Rangers theme that made me not want to watch the show until Operation Overdrive. And that probably explains why I've never watched a single episode. I think that's why Jungle Fury's theme was the way that it was, real talk. It saw what worked, what didn't, and immediately said, yeah, let's go back to the Jimmy Eat World / Green Day sounding intros. That seems like the best bet. And I mean, they weren't wrong. It definitely has the vibe that both Lost Galaxy and Wild Force originally brought to the table. It doesn't do anything new, but it's fun, catchy, and safe. Just like Jungle Force. I'm sorry! RPM, on the other hand, is the Batman Beyond of Power Ranger themes. Like, that bitch's lyrics consist of only like 6 words, and the rest is just the alt-rock dance portion of the Batman Beyond intro. No, seriously, watch / listen to the RPM intro and tell me I'm wrong. You can't. So shut up. Ah, man, this was This was surprisingly fun. I really enjoyed this. Honestly, I've been looking for a reason to make more Power Rangers themed videos on the channel, and I'm kind of glad I was able to get back on board with this one. However, that doesn't mean that there isn't more Power Rangers centered stuff for me to expose myself to. So with that being said, readers, your homework assignment for the day. Write in the comment section below something Power Rangers related you want to see me talk about next time. Or if you feel like sharing with the rest of the class, which of the theme songs I talked about that ended up being your favorite. Whichever question you decide to answer, I'd love to know your thoughts. If you want to help financially support the channel, you can join my Patreon by clicking the card at the end of the video or in the link in the description down below, where you can also find a link to my merchandise store. Or if you prefer to give a one-time donation, you can find links to my PayPal and my Ko-fi account in the description box as well. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday. But until then, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.